What is up, guys? Viper for Life here, and I'm going to be doing a new series called Viper versus the World. Now, with that being said, you're probably wondering why I'm in a Ferrari 458. Well, basically, the idea of Viper versus the World. Hold on here, I want to see how many rows I can get it up to. Almost 10,000. Holy mess. Anyway, the idea of this is to see if my Viper ACR replica is really the fastest S-Class car in the game. Now, you're probably wondering, what Viper ACR replica? Well, I made one, and it's basically a replica of the new ACR. Now, the idea of this series is to see if any S-Class car can be as fast or faster than my ACR replica. Now, there's not going to be any bias. I've gone as fast as I can through all the laps. Now, you're probably wondering what I mean by all the laps. Well, let me just say on a little side note, I have 5 laps to get the fastest time I can. I take the fastest lap from all 5 laps, whichever fastest one I get goes on the board. Now, I did a benchmark. I did 5 benchmark times off camera. Now, if you guys want to see those, I'll redo the laps and see if I can mimic that time or get as close as I can. Now, the Viper right now, my replica, is sitting, and it has the exact same amount of horsepower, 640, or 645, and 602 pound-feet of torque. So it's pretty much right on the dot for performance. It also weighs about the same, so same. So it's pretty much the closest replica I've actually built that's close to a real car. I'm not saying that the ACR I used for it isn't real, but anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I took 5 cars that I thought wouldn't be interesting enough to put on camera, as of now, so I could just get top 5 benchmarks in. So the Viper was the fastest, then Enzo was second, and then it was a Corvette, followed by an Aston, followed by a GTR. Now, you're probably wondering, what Ferrari did I use? I used an Enzo, which was something like 4 seconds slower, and it has a higher PI. I don't even understand that, but it's 1.3 million credits, and I took a $100,000 ACR and put less than 200 grand of parts on it. Probably only something like 150 grand, maybe only 113 in total cost. And I was 4 seconds faster. That says a lot. It really does. And then I took a Corvette C6 ZR1. Now, I hate the Corvette, I really do, but I didn't do any bias when it came to the lap. I went as fast as I can with it, and I did a 1 minute 38. Keep in mind, the Viper did a 1 minute 32.380. The Corvette did a 1 minute 38 something. I believe it did a 1 minute 38.575, I believe. That is incredibly... Now, people, or Corvette fanboys, or any fanboy right now, will probably be angry, saying, "Oh, but you took a modified car, which you probably tuned." Oh, wait, hold on. Sounds too low. Well, yeah, it's a replica. Of course I'm going to tune it to be as close as I can to the original vehicle. So, yeah. But then I took an Aston Martin 177, and it was slower than the Corvette. Only by 100th or something around there. It was 1 minute 38 something, but it was slower. Now, and it's more expensive than the Vet and the Viper, and it was fractionally slower than the Vet. Now people say, well, it's only fractionally slower. Okay, fractionally slower for probably, I'm guessing here, over 200,000 credits more. Probably even more than that, for fractionally slower. Now, you will probably say, well, what are you angry at? That means the Corvette, that's much cheaper, is only slightly faster than a much more expensive Aston. But it's faster than a much more expensive Aston. So why would you pay for something so expensive just to be slightly slower? Now, I can get it wanting to use that as a show car or drift car, but you better be able to get some parts and tune that Aston and get those fraction of a seconds out. Otherwise, with a good enough driver, C601 will completely obliterate you, and I am missing every corner here. I am sorry. And so then I took a Nissan GTR route. I don't have the newer one, I took the one it's basically the first one that came out. Okay? Now I wasn't expecting much from the GTR because I know it's not actually as good of a car as all the fanboys make it out to be. It was so much slower than I expected, and it's pretty good on the PI front. It's not too far down the list. And it was so much slower than all of its rivals, and even some of the cars that weren't its rivals. It's a disappointment. If I can keep this Ferrari from sliding, I can get a good lapping, because I've only done a 139.5, 4.3. I'm going to be quiet now and concentrate, so if I don't talk, that's why. I'm going to try and get as good of a lap out of this thing as I can. Well, there we go. So the fastest lap I did was a 1 minute 38.129. And this thing cost like cost something like $260,000. That's crazy. That's madness. Now a lot of people will be so mad at me right now, especially Ferrari fanboys and other car guys alike, are gonna be just insanely mad. They'll be apocalyptically whatever. You get the point. It's like, oh, we usually take a stock driver to see how that's not the point of the series. If you want to find the times out for yourself for that, do it yourself. Now I might take a stock ACR and see how fast that is, but the fact is, these really aren't as fast as I thought they were going to be. Now, for people who say, oh, well, you cheated. I didn't cheat with the ACR. It just handles really well, it brakes really well, and I changed the gearing so it's the same as the new Viper. Now, people are probably going to be saying, oh, well, then do it on a different track. Well, I am going to do it on a different track, but that's not now. I'm going to see Maple Valley and a few other tracks. Once I finish Maple Valley in terms of cars, we'll do a different track and see how the cars fare there. Then we'll do a different track and a different track. But we're starting with Maple Valley, and on Maple Valley, it's not looking very good. It's looking quite poor, frankly. Now, I'm going to go and get another car, and we'll see how fast that is. Well, apparently, my recording juiced up. Anyway, we're in the Lexus LFA, so yeah, I'm taking this around the track. I'm on my 4th lap. I meant to start it earlier, but for some reason, the recording stopped. I don't know why, it just did. So yeah, we're on. And no, I didn't cheat or anything. We're in the Lexus LFA right now, and I'm going as fast as I can. Now, what I was saying before this is that I'm kind of juicing up my lap, and it feels heavy and it understeers. Oh, that was so close. It understeers more than you think, and it doesn't feel as fast as the 458 either. Oh. It just doesn't. And also, I was saying that whenever I hear someone say, "Oh, I want, Toyota, bring back the Supra," I think about this car because it looks a bit like a Supra, and well, it's kind of like if Lexus could make a Supra. That's what it. To me, that's what the LFA is like. Because to me, in some aspects, it looks a bit like a Supra. So I don't understand why they're like, oh, well, someone should redo the Supra because, well, Lexus did. But this is rarer and a lot more expensive, so it's kind of out of reach. Well, actually, no, it's very out of reach. But aside from thinking about this car, I also think about the Toyota GT86 or the Subaru BRZ or the Scion FRS. Because those look like a Supra, sorry, they look a bit like a Supra, are just as affordable as a Supra, in fact even more affordable, are rear-wheel drive like a Supra. One of them comes from the same maker as the Supra. It's smaller than the Supra, so it's easier to park. It's becoming just as tunable, well, all of them really, are becoming just as tunable as the Supra. It's lighter, or all 3 of them anyway, are lighter than the Supra. And they're more affordable than a Supra. So if you ask me, those are better than a Supra. And I know it's going to cause a lot of hate, but whatever. That's me. And because it's lighter, it takes less power for those 3 to be just as fast as a Supra. Tuned or not. Well, put this way, forced induction or not. Which I know in most cases it's going to be forced induction. But yeah. Ooh. Okay, so there you go. It also feels a bit heavy from time to time. Well, there you go. My fastest lap is 1 minute 39.902, which is slower than the 458. How amazing! So yeah. Now, I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna put this down, and I'll tell you all the times. And this is where the times stand. Let me just turn that mess down. Okay. My Dodge Viper ACR 08 replica, 1 minute 32.383. The Ferrari Enzo, 1 minute 35.581. Now, the Ferrari 458 Italia did 1 minute 38.043. Now, I kind of got the times mixed up between the Ferrari and the Vet. Now, the Vet did a 1 minute 38.339, and the Aston did a 1 minute 38.575. Now, the GTR did 1 minute 39.295, whereas the LFA did 1 minute 39.902, which really intrigues me because the LFA felt faster. It's really weird that it's not faster. I'm not mocking or anything, I'm genuinely surprised. I really did think the LFA would be faster. But I guess not. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Viper versus the World. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more, and I will see you all later.